Okay, this is the Wednesday, the 21st, is it? No, it's the 22nd because it's just before our UK EU referendum vote. So, beautiful night outside. I unfortunately am stuck inside with the washing machine, which needs doing. So, anyone that's done this will sympathise or empathise a bit at least. Yep, there's all that crap. It's coming apart. Washer dryer, so it's even more complicated. Anyway, quite annoying. However, I was just thinking, just pardon me while I set this up, I was just thinking about David Cameron's kind of double-sided promise. Now, David Cameron's double-sided promise, I need to adjust this better, is the thing about the Turks joining or not joining the EU. That's his double-sided promise. He said, on the one hand, when there was the big debate, the great debate on BBC the other night, he said, they won't be joined until year 3000 or until, before the great debate, he was saying this. They won't be joined until year 3000. It's miles off. I don't need to say a veto just now. Okay, first word on that, David Cameron doesn't expect to be in power for too much longer. Okay? No matter what happens, I've got it pegged, he's leaving. Okay? After Thursday, he's going to get his papers in order after not very long. Maybe after the summer. Maybe that long. But no longer. So he's told all sorts of fibs. Now, is it Erdogan? Whoever it is who's the Turkish Prime Minister has now come out and said, hang on, Mr. Cameron, I thought you were going to be helping, I thought you were the biggest advocate helping us join the EU at an accelerated rate. Okay, so he's told a fib to somebody, but we don't know whether it's to us or to Erdogan or whoever he is, the Turkish Prime Minister. I used to work for a company. We sold American software and also computers to go with the software. Cut a long story short, you weren't allowed to discount either of these particular products that a rival of ours was selling. So it was a company a bit like Microsoft. It was called Autodesk. They were selling a product through dealers and so on in the United Kingdom, and you weren't allowed to discount it. And the price was about, let's say, $3,000. There was also the computer that our rival was selling with this software product, and the price of that was about $3,000. You weren't allowed to discount either of these products, okay? So the package price is about $6,000, okay? Not discountable. If you give the discount more than was approved, they would stop you from being a supplier and they wouldn't supply anymore. You'd have to buy it in the grey import market, not as good rates and all that stuff, okay? Right. So then we saw them in the recession in the 90s. We saw them selling this stuff bundled together, £3,000 for the software, £3,000 for the hardware. They bundled together and sold it for just over £3,000. Okay, they're discounting something. I rang both the suppliers, Autodesk of the software and the manufacturer of the computers, Apricot at that time, who then became Mitsubishi. Not the car people, the computer people. I spoke with both of these suppliers at length. I said, look, there's some discount going on somewhere. Logic dictates they're discounting something. They're selling £6,000 worth that's not allowed to be discounted at £3,000 or so. It was in a recession. This was a big company that was flogging these off at £3,000 or so for the bundle together. Bottom line, the suppliers didn't care. Yes, they had these rules, but basically they weren't going to jump all through the hoops and be all rigid about it when there's a recession on. The reason we were concerned was we couldn't sell stuff cheap enough. We could not compete, but the suppliers didn't care as long as they got the stuff sold. They weren't going to imperil the relationship they had with their big, massive wholesaler for the sake of a little thing like a few rules about not discounting. So, us as a little fish, yes, we could point it out to the referee as it were, but nothing else we could do. And both those companies buried their head in the sand and said, oh, it's not our product they're discounting. Oh no, it must be theirs. You went to the other supplier and said, oh, it's not our product they're discounting, it must be theirs. David Cameron is playing this self-same game. He's telling us, he's not lying to us about it taking ages for Turkey to join the European Union. He's telling Turkey he's a major advocate of them accelerating into the European Union, which to my mind would say single digits. in terms of years. And I bet they really think it's about 3 years, the Turks, okay? 10 chapters a year, 33 chapters to go in this agreement they've got to fulfill. Okay, so David Cameron is playing both ends against the middle. This is the Potomac two-step. This is the old politics game. He's playing both sides against the middle. He tells that side what they want to hear. He tells that side what they want to hear. That side, Turkey, has now realised, hey, Mr. Cameron, what happened? And we're saying, hang on, they think it's going to happen really soon, the Turks. What's happening, Mr. Cameron, right? The PM is just going, oh, I can explain it all. But he won't explain anything until after the EU vote. He doesn't care. That Turkish Prime Minister will be ringing the phone off the hook for the Prime Minister at number 10. The Prime Minister, David Cameron, ain't going to answer the phone. He's going to say he's too busy with the EU referendum. Fact is, he expects to be gone in actually what is a few weeks of parliamentary time. He'll probably go at the end of the summer, but in effect, there's no parliamentary time left anyway. It's the summer we're into now. So the Turks will shout, we'll all say, I don't understand, you're saying it's year 3000 or it's ages, but the Turks think it's in a few years. Which is it? And David Cameron doesn't care. It just shows you, this is the big sale pitch for the EU referendum on both sides, Remain and Leave, has got all the integrity of a hard sell of a piece of software or a computer, honestly, which is none at all. Okay? It's the old Potomac two-step, playing both ends against the middle. He just needs to keep everybody happy until the referendum's over. Thanks for watching and listening.